morning. Y'all like my singing good morning? It is Thursday today. Happy morning to you. Welcome to another time together for the Purpose Experience. Come on now. Today is another day to live out my purpose and to give it 100%. If you're new to us, that is the affirmation, the proclamation, whatever you want to call it, that we say each day to claim the success of today. Today is another day to live out my purpose and to give it 120%. I hope everyone is well rested. We're getting closer to the weekend, so I know you guys are excited. You already know. Go ahead, write it in the chat. What are you grateful for today? It's so funny. At nighttime, I always think of all the things I'm grateful for and what I can say. And then as soon as I get on with you guys, I forget them. Let me think. It was a very specific one as well. Grateful for faith. Yes, I'm taking yours, Stephanie, because that's a great one. Grateful for faith. Go ahead, write it in the chat. Let's say it together. I'm better than I used to be, better than I was yesterday, but hopefully not as good as I'll be tomorrow. Come on now, claim it, guys. Look here, team Toya, Stephanie, Rita. We are just living in our purpose and having a marvelous time doing it. I hope you guys are feeling marvelous because I sure am. Come on now, let's go ahead. Bear with me. I feel like we're at church. Bear with me. There are a few announcements. It's that email there was an email I got this week that was Power Punch with resources for the community. And I said, I have to make sure that people get this. As always, we'll talk about them now, and then I will go ahead and put them on my timeline. So let's go right to our announcements. Your girl is excited because tonight I will be joining a powerhouse of ladies to have a discussion at the Juice Joint. What really happens when women come to the table? I am so excited to be a part of this. It will be live with Women of More on Facebook. And if you just go to their page, Women of More or Michelle Washington, you can see us live tonight. I know it says tomorrow, but it's tonight at 6 o'clock. I am super excited. I'm putting my good hair on and go have a good time. For those who may need help getting food, here's a resource with the food bank. We have the school sites for Meals for Kids. You can apply for SNAP benefits, whatever it is. I know my church next month has a food drive coming up, and I will be sure to post that as it comes. As well as there's an excellent opportunity if you're looking to get trained in construction, trained for a career in construction in Delaware, you can register now. The courses are held in person at 38 Vandiver Avenue. You could just call BSTA at 302-273-0200. Yeah, that's what that says. Remember, I'll put this all on the timeline. Also, another job training, pre-apprentice for construction helper. Training starts April 12th. So you want to go ahead and get on this. And when I put it on the page, you can scan the code, the bar for all the information. There's also a Delaware River Watershed Fellowship. And this one, if I read it correctly, it is $15 per hour, and it's for people 18 years and older. So if you're interested in nature and all of that, go ahead, check that out. As well as there's a webinar coming up through True Access Capital Training and Education. There's a Zoom video webinar, Recipe for Success, and this is for food service entrepreneur. So if you Toya, if you cook that good food, you're looking to go into business like that, this would be, a great webinar for you. Then there's, if you need something to do with the kiddos or just get out and get in nature, they want you to join April 22nd, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Help clean up, right? Because a part of the pandemic is helping the lovely children understand that volunteerism is very important. So you can go out and clean up out in the streets. And then our last announcement, production technology. If you are looking to, go into the field of technology, there's a free training for unemployed or underemployed Delawareans. I can't see all the full details, but it looks like it is through Dell Tech and it is a free program. Come on, y'all, take advantage. So I will go ahead and post all of those on my timeline. And as we look at all these jobs and resources, remember, your purpose is tied to someone else's purpose. So stepping into these fields, stepping into your greatness is all tied, as well as giving and helping others. Oh, are y'all excited? I was so excited for all those announcements. Like, oh, that is so cool. Look at all that is out there in the community. I hope y'all are, come on, church announcements. That's what I said, Stephanie. It felt like it. I just think it's really important to get those resources out, especially if I hear something, if you guys hear something that you feel is worth sharing with our community of purpose experiencers, then you let me know, because we are just walking closer to our destiny and our greatness. Come on. It do feel like church this Sunday on today. Let's go ahead to our scripture. Ephesians chapter 1, verses, I probably won't read to 11 because that's kind of long. Let's see where the Spirit takes us. How blessed is God, and what a blessing he is. He's the Father of our Master Jesus Christ and takes us to the high places of blessings in him. Long before he laid down earth's foundation, he had us in mind. Come on now. Had settled on us as the focus of his love, to be made whole and holy by his love. Long, long ago, he decided to adopt us into his family through Jesus Christ. What pleasure he took in planning this. He wanted us to enter into the celebration of his lavish gift giving by the hand of his beloved Son. Because of the sacrifice of the Messiah, come on, Jesus, his blood poured out on the altar of the cross were a free people, free of penalties and punishments chalked up by all our misdeeds. Help us in our misdeeds. And not just barely free either, abundantly free. He thought of everything, provided for everything we could possibly need, letting us in on the plans he took such delight in making. He set it all out before us in Christ, a long-range plan in which everything will be brought together and summed up in him. Everything in the deepest heaven, everything planet Earth. I'm going to just read 11 through 12. It's in Christ that we find who we are and what we are living for. What's that song? In you do I live, move, and have my being. Oh, yes. Long before we first heard of Christ and got our hopes up, he had his eye on us. Come on. There's other things out there that got our eye on us that probably we don't want to, but I want Christ to. Had designs on us for glorious living, part of the overall purpose he is working out in everything and everyone. Come on, purpose. Morning, Rita. On today, Toya. Good morning, Allison. Again, that was Ephesians 1, verses 3 to 11 from the Message version of the Bible. Let's go ahead, y'all. I know y'all ready. Let's get into the meat of today's topic. Now, I know we a bunch of ladies on here. And maybe you are, or maybe you aren't the one that takes your car to the shop to get that maintenance. But let's go ahead and use just what that experience is like to look at relationship maintenance. Do you need a tune up? Oh, goodness gracious. Now, you may say, well, if I say I ain't got no boo thing, so I don't know how this applies to me. One, for when you do have a boo thing coming to your life, you can go ahead and take these notes and have it prepared. Or you can look at other versions of relationship, guys. We are in relationship with family. We're in relationship with friends. We're in relationship with co-workers. You can apply and twist this and maneuver it to work to any situation in your life. So don't go ahead and sleep on that. All right. So relationship maintenance. Hold on. Let me get my scarf right. Relationship maintenance. Are you in need of a tune-up? You guys know I'm always talking about the importance of self-reflection and taking the time to see, how can I be better? How can I walk better in my purpose? So when we go, I don't know about y'all, but first, when I go to take the car to get tuned up, I get a little nervous because I say, what are they going to find in this maintenance check? And how much is it going to cost me? So you could be a little nervous going into your relationship maintenance check, wondering, what am I going to find and what adjustments are going to need to be made? And that's okay. Good morning, Chanel. That is absolutely okay. Stephanie, where are you running to, girl? So at first when you go, you come in expecting one problem. Like maybe I just need to get oil change. Maybe I hear a little tick, tick, tocking happening under the hood. But what they do instead is a diagnostic check, right? And they check the whole car. And we checking the whole relationship because remember, in a relationship, there's two people. So it can't just be from your perspective. We got to look at this whole bad boy, search the whole, each area, communication, romance, connection, all of that, to see where might a tune-up be needed, where might a replacement part be needed, because all in all, in our relationships, we want to do better. So Levante, how do I do a diagnostic check? Well, one, I have a whole workbook focused on this on my website, levantedorsey.com. It's the relationship guide. But also, you want to look at the different areas in relationships. So how are we doing with our communication? How are we doing with our time spent? How are we doing tuning in to one another? You just want to maybe go through a checklist of things that both of you guys find important within your relationship. So, Levante, how's this apply to friendship? I don't know why I keep referring to myself as that person. Just ignore that. How do I apply this to friendship? Same thing. How are we doing talking to each other within our busy lives? How are we doing holding each other accountable in our spirituality, in our goals, and just, as friends at times we get really busy and we forget to check in, but instead we doing a diagnostic check on our friendships as well. How are we doing as sisters, upholding, uplifting each other? How are we doing as brothers, checking in on your bros? Come on now, y'all get it. Oh, it was a praise run. Come on now. So first we're going to start with a diagnostic check. Then, this is where it gets a little technical for us ladies. For some of us, because some of us are sure enough working on cars and knowing what we're doing. But for some of us, we like, what? So when we look at those connectors, remember there are parts in the car where when they're put together, when there's no friction, no breaks in the cords, none of that, it is operating smooth and good, just like when you start a new car. So when we looked at the connectors in the relationship, right, what is holding this bad boy together? What are those intricate details, those attunements with one another, the way we talk to each other, the tone we have, the nice things we do as a kind gesture when we're thinking about our mate or our friend that we love and care about. Those connectors, how are they looking a little rusty? Do we need to put some tape on them we don't want to put tape because that's temporary. We might need a whole new cord or a whole new plug or a whole new connector. So you want to look at how are we connecting within the relationship? How is our vibe going? Is it a little bumpy? Is the car toot-tooting, right? Or are we, why am I cracking myself up today? I said toot-tooting. Or are we going smooth? It's a smooth ride. But again, you have to check in with your partner. You have to check in with your friend to see how are we doing in this category. And don't forget, you always can incorporate love languages. A lot of time people mistake when they do the love language quiz and you try to love the person based on your love language. So just because you need acts of service, you sometimes naturally give that as a way of a love language, but that's not correct. Love, acts of service is what you need, but you need to know what your mate needs because maybe theirs is words of affirmation. So you got to look at the differences there, but we want to focus on the connectors and how we're doing in that area. She laughing at toot toot, and it's the toot toot for me. Come on, Stacy. Yo, get me off this today because I'm cutting up today. So then we go further under the hood. Now this one, I guess it could still apply to girlfriends, but y'all know what I was thinking about when I thought of this one. Good morning, Kev. Spark plugs. Now, whew, do you still have the spark in the relationship? Or is it just dull and boring and barely starting up? I don't even know what, y'all know the noise when the car won't turn over and ain't getting that spark. Is your relationship missing the spark, failing to get to where it needs to be? And this is where we can look at the love life, the romance, the one-on-one connection with one another. That's where the sparks plugs can really come into play. So how is that looking within your relationship, and what can you do to kind of spice it up, make it a little fun, be a little different? Remember when friendship was on, I also had polled all the fellas and they said a change up is good. Well, fellas, for the woman, a change up is good too. What you going to do to bring that swag a little different, get her excited, all of that good stuff. So how is the spark looking in the relationship? How can we apply this to friendships? What are y'all doing fun and excited? Well, y'all just texting each other each day. Hey girl, what you doing working? What you doing working too? And that's it. Get out. Have a girl's day. Socially distanced and safe, of course. But get out and have fun and engage in your friendships, right? All right, last one. I hope this is giving some people some ideas to go ahead and get on their maintenance plan. Rotation. Y'all know when they do the tire rotation, so that thing not pulling too much to the left. This is the art of, okay, I recognize there may be some issues, but I got to change some things around, right? I have the ability to look at, I had my maintenance plan. I looked at the diagnostic check. I realized the connectors, the sparks, right? But now is the time for you to kick in the gear and make that change. Go ahead and hear what your partner is saying and think of the adjustments that you can make, or hear what your friend is saying. Even if we take it to the job, hear what your boss is saying that you can do better, because you're not giving it that 120%. You probably at about 20%. What can you do? She said, powwow, put the... I can't with y'all today. Y'all cutting up just as bad as I am. Oh no, that's my best friend. That's Champion. So Rita has a son that I love dearly, and he watches in the morning with us. So he's probably typing right now on her phone. But we got to think about what we can do to make change. Remember, change is hard to do because we get stuck in our cycles, our repetitiveness. We get stuck in our comfort zone. But we really want to look at, how can I do better? What changes can I put into motion and be consistent at? Because one complaint that I didn't complain about myself, and I have heard the lady saying, the fella saying, is it changes for about 5 good seconds, right? But them tire rotations last for a good while, and then you just re-rotate and adjust again. So we want to be consistent in our maintenance check, our relationship maintenance, our diagnostic check. We want to check all of that and be consistent in the change that we need to make in order to have a successful relationship. Am I making sense on today? Because y'all know this already started out like church. Are y'all feeling what I'm saying? So again, we just want to, all in all, we want each area, whether it be work, it be entrepreneurship, be our physical health, be our fitness, our relationships. We want these areas to just simply be amazing, with us feeling joy and happiness and living in our purpose. Yes, sad moments are going to come. Yes, challenges are going to come. But if you can go back and check out all the videos we have. We've been doing some good work together, guys, since the beginning of the year. So when those challenges come now, you should be a little stronger and built up in how you're going to attack it. And the mindset, the positive mindset that you have to shift to, even in those negative moments, knowing that this is only temporary and that you can overcome it and be greater than when you first came in. Ooh, that's a word for somebody, right? She said, this is helpful. Yes, you are. Come on. I love y'all so much. I really do. And I really enjoy, that's what I'm grateful for, our time together every morning, Monday through Thursday at 7 a.m. Oh, it just brings me so much joy just to start my day. So go ahead, share this out so our other people can get that information. Just a reminder, I will be so excited to see my family join tonight at 6 p.m. I will be on a panel talk, what really happens when women come to the table, and I will go ahead and post all of this. Remember, it's on Women of More, so it'll be live with Women of More, or you can check out Michelle Washington's page. I don't exactly know what we're gonna talk about, but you'll know. I'm gonna just bring my fun self and have a good time. I'm put my hair on. Do a little makeup that V-Class makeup taught me how to do. Vanetta, love her to death. And I hope to see you guys there. This is our last one for the week. So I love you guys. I'll see you fresh and ready on Monday. Have an amazing purpose-filled weekend. Tackle any goals that you've been procrastinating on. Go ahead and share this out. Pray for me Sunday. I have a big presentation for the National Association of Social Workers. Those here in Delaware, those are my people, my peers, and I am presenting on a topic totally different from me, outside of my comfort zone. So if you can think of me around Sunday at 3 o'clock, that's when I'll be going in and presenting on mental health in the Black community. And my title is Don't Go Telling Them People Our Business, trying to address the stigma of why we don't like to go to therapy. So I love you guys. I will see you next week. Bye-bye. My name is Levante Dorsey, licensed clinical social worker and owner of Levante and Dorsey and Associates. At Levante and Dorsey and Associates, our therapists are seeking to shatter any myths that say it is not okay to not be okay. As adults, youth, and children, we often try to tackle the issues in life alone. I often imagine myself in the ring with my clients, fighting on the many issues that we face. At our practice, our clinicians are experts in a wide variety of clinical interventions to address the needs of the population, whether it be anxiety, depression, relationship issues, whatever you present with, we are here to help. All in all, if you simply need someone to talk to, call or text us today at 302-956-9188 or visit us on the web at